Hi there, and welcome to another one of my videos in the SMB Sundays department. This time I'm going to talk about the all new shiny Microsoft Entra portal, which is the new name for everything that's related to Azure Active Directory. So let's just go inside the Microsoft Entra portal, which you can find at entra.microsoft.com, and then we'll do a quick tour on what you can find there. Now, as always, if you like this video, please like and subscribe to my channel if you haven't done so already. And I love to see your feedback on what you think of Microsoft Entra and how it may help you become more successful in managing your Azure Active Directory. So without further ado, let's get into Microsoft Entra, the new Azure Active Directory portal. So here we are at the Microsoft 365 Admin Center, and as you'll notice, if you check out the list of all admin centers, the closest you get to Azure Active Directory is by hitting that Azure Active Directory button, and this will take you to the aad.portal.azure.com portal. Now this is getting access to Azure Active Directory. However, there is an all new portal here that you can open by navigating to entra.microsoft.com. This opens up the all new Microsoft Entra Admin Center. The Entra Admin Center is going to be an integrated, easy to use approach for managing your entire identity infrastructure. So this does not only talk about Azure Active Directory, also here you will be looking into permissions management and verified ID, which is the new name for distributed identity. Now in the home page you get the first steps for managing your Azure Active Directory, and then on the left hand side you can navigate Azure AD like you've always been using Azure Active Directory. Here you can go and start managing your users and some user settings. You can manage your groups and group settings. You can manage your devices, including managing your BitLocker keys. And then there is something that has a little different approach from the Azure AD portal. Here we could start working with applications like enterprise applications and app registrations. And Microsoft now also has chosen to go and put all the security and protection settings into one area. So, for example, if you open up the Protect and Secure environment, this is where you get conditional access, identity protection, the management of authentication methods, password reset, custom attributes, and risky activities. For example, where you can go and manage your Azure Active Directory identity protection. Also, in the identity and government area, you can do entitlement management, which allows you to control access by users to different locations inside your Microsoft 365 environment, for example, SharePoint, OneDrive, or Microsoft Teams. This is also where you can manage your access reviews and privileged identity management, which is a sort of an entitlement management for administrative activities. Then also here you have the external identity management, where you can work together with external identity provider, set up cross-access tenant settings, or we can also go and set up external collaboration settings. As you've noticed, there's also a Show More button which will unfold a little bit more. For example, this adds the billing area where you can manage your licenses. This is also where you can work with linked subscriptions, if you have any for external identities. And some overall settings. For example, you can show the Preview Hub, where you can allow certain previews to be enabled or disabled for your organization. This is where you will be managing your domain names. And you can set up your mobility integration, for example, with Microsoft Intune. Also, you can manage your roles and administrators, including the admin users. And you can also go and then open up the other areas for example, Protect and Secure, where it now access more information. For example, your identity secure score, how to set up multi-factor authentication, managing your authentication methods. So it's not that Azure Active Directory has completely changed by this. It's just that there is a new portal for managing your Azure Active Directory. Now, when you navigate to the Verified ID section, this is where you can start managing your distributed identities, which is now named Verified ID. This, at one point, is still in preview as we speak. However, Microsoft is working hard to make sure that everything is going to be in place before you can start working with this Verified ID. And just like that, we have a new environment that allows us to manage your Azure AD, your distributed identities, as well as your permissions management. Now, if you go into permissions management, this will actually take you to a Microsoft Entra permissions management page that allows you to start working for privileged identity management, as well as the environment that we just mentioned when we talked about entitlement management. Now, this is what you do, and this is what you get if you start working with Microsoft Entra, the all-new Azure Active Directory portal.